friends, it's Mari. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be creating an A2 size card today using this card sketch that you can see here on the screen. A card sketch is just a great way to gain inspiration for creating. Now here on my desk, you can see that I have two pieces of white cardstock that I've run through my Gemini Junior with these beautiful cover plates from Honeybee Stamps. The one on the right is the quilted A2 cover plate, and the one on the left is the Quatrefoil A2 base cover plate. Here you can just see the beautiful pattern and texture that this leaves on your paper when you run that through your die cutting machine. And you can see here as well, this just leaves this really pretty kind of like little stitched impression of that pattern. I just love that so much. I'm also going to be using my Sweet Stack circle dies. Here you can see the Sweet Stacks there on the screen. And I'm going to use the sizes that are already placed there on that white cardstock to cut out some circles of various sizes from these textured pieces of white cardstock here. So you can see I'm just going to tape those down to my cardstock, run those through my die cutting machine, and this is kind of the general design that I'm going to be going with. I have also cut out a piece of white cardstock for my base here from my Scallop A2 card frame die set, and I'm also going to be using this itty bitty fall flowers die set from the Autumn Splendor collection. So sweet. And I'm also going to be creating with these beautiful gingham papers from the Gingham Galore Fall paper pad. Here you can see all of the gorgeous colors that are in that paper pad. So what I'm going to do is take those itty bitty fall flowers dies, and I'm going to place those onto my gingham paper and run those through my die cutting machine with these different colors of papers. And that's going to cut out just a ton of pieces of paper for me to use to create some little embellishments for my card today. So I'm going to have lots of extras there. I also wanted to use this Loads of Fall stamp set. I love this set, and of course it coordinates with the Big Pickup stamp and die set, but I wanted to use that with this card here today with all of these little embellishment stamps that are in this set. They're so perfect for tons of different kinds of cards. That apple barrel and that milk jug and all of those different images are just perfect for tons of different types of cards. Now I'm going to use my Speckled Egg Oxide ink to stamp out the images that I'm going to be die cutting for my project today. And you'll just see me here. I'm going to ink up those stamps that I have on the door of my Mini Misty here. I'm going to stamp those out onto some nice white, bright, smooth cardstock here. That's just some Neenah 80-pound cardstock. And I'm also going to use some Rusty Hinge Oxide ink as well. So I've cleaned my stamps in between, of course, the colors of ink, and now I'm going to stamp those same images out onto my Neenah, and you can just see how beautiful that Rusty Hinge coordinates so beautifully with that beautiful kind of rusty colored cardstock, and then the speckled egg is just perfect for the blue. Now you can see I've die cut these out with the coordinating dies from the Loads of Fall die set, and you can see how these sweet little flowers just can be used to create these most darling little embellishments for your project. Now I've also used the Bitty Buzzwords Fall die set to create this sentiment for my project today. So you can see that I've used the scripty die and the background die to create the white and then that gingham paper there. Those are going to layer together to create just a really beautiful sentiment for my card. I'm going to just quickly show you there. That's the paper that I cut that from, and then I will show you the stamp and coordinating die set for the Bitty Buzzwords Fall set. Love this set so much. This is just a staple. I love these Bitty Buzzwords sets. They're so fantastic, and I love that there's a coordinating die set, and you can see that there's the scripty sentiments and then the other font there as well that coordinates with that. Now I'm going to take my Honeybee Stamps glue tube, and I'm going to go ahead and glue those circles that are die cut from that the etched pieces of paper there that I used the cover plate on. Just going to glue those down flat to my card. I'm not going to use any dimension on those at all. I just wanted those flat, just kind of bouncing from the top left to the bottom right across the card in that diagonal pattern. Now you can see how I've kind of placed the pumpkins and the different little stamped images and those little die cut flowers in those two corners to create those two little cluster areas. And then my sentiment is going to be smack dab in the middle of my card. I did pop that up with a little bit of adhesive And I also used foam adhesive on that scallop piece as well. You can just see that that scallop piece has popped up on my A2 size card base. And here you can just see that I'm starting to add, I'm just going to add a couple of other little leaves into my little pumpkin and flower clusters there. I love that I didn't have to do any coloring with these images, but yet there's still some really pretty color. It's just nice and soft, nice and airy. Just kind of like a really modern looking, clean and simple card. I love it. And you can just see that I've tucked another little circle in that top area there. I love how this turned out. I have linked all of the different products I've used today in the description box below, so you can check those items out in the Honeybee shop. And something that's brand new to Honeybee is an app that you can add to your smartphone. You can shop using that app, which is really super fun too. Thanks friends for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.